Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome back to Spin Tires. Now, it's been a little while since we've been in Spin Tires due to the launch of Forza 7, but I wanted to make sure you Spin Tires guys knew that I hadn't forgotten about you. You guys are a huge part of my channel and you're still there, and I wanted to review a really cool mod for you guys that I've actually been really enjoying. This particular truck, the Kenworth Titan, it's a it's a weird truck to describe because you're dealing with a massive, 4-axle truck. You've got 3 axles in the back, one axle up front. But the cool thing about this truck is that it has steering on the front axle as well as the axle farthest to the rear. So you have really good maneuverability with this thing, which is not a normal thing with a truck like this. Normally, maneuverability on a truck like this, especially in Spin Tires, really sucks. I mean, normally the trucks like this have worse maneuverability than the 8x8s. Which is saying something because the 8x8s don't really have very good maneuverability to begin with. Now, the trailer is a little bit buggy. I got to tell you guys right now, you're going to want to make sure that you spawn the trailer in somewhere where the wheels have no chance of going into the ground. I did it about 3 different times here, and I think it was either on the 3rd or 4th time that I got it right, and I was able to spawn the trailer in properly, but you really have to make sure of that, and you have to make sure that it actually spawns in correctly. Otherwise, you can't use it. So, otherwise you can't use it, and then your truck is just kind of a brick, and it just sits. So, but overall, I do like the trailer that goes with this truck. I mean, it's kind of like a custom trailer for this truck itself, and it's actually kind of interesting because what you end up doing with this truck is driving it in ways that you would not normally drive a semi-truck, especially, in Spin Tires. Of course, in Spin Tires, because that's the game we're in, duh. But, but anyway, this thing has, for one, really good maneuverability because of the front and rear steer, and another thing that it has that a lot of these trucks don't have is it has really good suspension articulation, which you won't see until later in the video, but I think that the biggest thing, well, I should say one of the biggest things about this truck is that the maneuverability combined with the suspension articulation, I mean, even just right here, look at how much it absorbs the terrain that it's going over, and the truck isn't pitching and leaning and rolling and, freaking out. It just makes the truck a whole lot easier to drive and a whole lot easier to maneuver, and you're not stuck there thinking about you're not stuck there thinking about, like, oh, can the truck go through this or go over that or go around this? 9 times out of 10, if a big truck can fit through it, or sometimes even if most big trucks can't fit through it, this thing usually can, just due to its maneuverability and its articulation. Now, the biggest problem you're going to have is obviously, fitting this thing between trees, which, I mean, at the end of the day, like, trees are never going to be your best friend with a truck like this. They're really not. You're going to have to figure out alternate routes sometimes in relation to trees and in relation to forests and stuff like that. But, I mean, even when we went over those, those little hills right there, you could see the suspension on the truck working to keep the truck level. And that's actually one of the nice things about having 3 axles in the back on the truck and 3 axles in the back on the trailer, is because when you're going over the crests of hills, you're not going to bottom out the trailer anywhere near as easily as if you had, like, 1 or 2 axles on the truck and then, like, 1 axle in the back on the trailer. That is, like, that's a literally, like, just a bottoming out fest. Like, that's all that is. And to be honest, you don't want to have to deal with that. It's literally just, it just ends up frustrating you, the driver, and you're like, wow, I really don't want to deal with this. You're just like, you literally get to the point where you're like, wow, I really don't want to deal with this. I want to use a different truck. So, and that's the thing. I was towing the main trailer that this truck comes with, but you can use pretty much any other modded trailer you want, and this truck is still going to retain all of the benefits that it has, as a tractor, being it the 4-wheel steer, or being it the suspension articulation, or being the triple axle in the back with the long wheelbase. So you're going to have still even with other trailers, you're going to have less of a chance of bottoming them out on the crests of hills. So at the end of the day, I think it's a really good all-rounder, and if you're looking for a truck to kind of use as an all-purpose semi-truck or an all-purpose hauler in spin tires, this could be a really, really good one for that, because it's way more off-road focused than on-road focused, which is definitely what you want here. Now, to talk about Spin Tires MudRunner for a minute, comes out the end of this month on the 31st, and I already have it preloaded on my Steam. I have it ready to go. Like, the only problem is, like, I'm scheduled to move the same day that MudRunner comes out, so I may have to do some crazy juggling and make some videos on MudRunner on my, like, either on my laptop or something, because I want to have MudRunner content for you guys the day it comes out. But like I said, I'm going to have to do some schedule juggling and figure out what I need to do to get MudRunner out to you guys on the day it comes out. So that is going to be interesting for sure. I may end up you know, doing some MudRunner content that night, like right when like at midnight when it unlocks, and then moving, you know, later that day. So, but at the end of the day, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But you guys will definitely, regardless, you'll be getting MudRunner content on the 31st. So just keep that in mind. If you were concerned about whether or not I'm going to be doing MudRunner content on the 31st, like the day it comes out, don't worry about it, because you guys are going to get launch day MudRunner content, and it's going to be all there for you guys. No worries about that. So moving on from that, they did actually discuss one of the MudRunner maps, which was the downhill map. On their Facebook page recently for Spin Tires MudRunner, and it looks similar to the hill from the original game. But the thing about it is that I feel like there's going to be a lot. It looks like the hill with a lot more hazards. So when you think about it, I mean, the hill is a hazardous map as it is for big trucks, and I mean, I for one have rolled many a truck over the edge of that map. So you definitely have to. You definitely have to be careful on that map. You can't just jump into it and be like, oh yeah, I'm good, and then you're just gonna like thump, 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 you're gonna roll off the edge of the mountain. So keep that in mind, that they are making these maps harder. They're gonna be harder, they're gonna be more in depth, and they're gonna be just overall, all around more difficult. They really are, and that's gonna be something that I think everybody's gonna be like, whoa, this isn't just like, you know, this isn't just easy peasy simple little map. These maps are in depth, and they're very intense. They're very intense, at least from what I've seen. I expect them to be very intense, and I'm extremely pumped and excited to play MudRunner when it comes out. Now, I'm going to be doing MudRunner videos on both PC and console, so you guys have both sides of the equation, and you can see what both versions look like directly from my perspective, so you can decide which version you want to buy. I think that if you have a PC that's powerful enough to run and maintain the PC version, go for that, because you're guaranteed mods, you're guaranteed, you know, all the support from the community of that PC version. If you don't have a suitable PC, but you do have a console like an Xbox One or a PS4, go ahead and get the console version. It's still going to be really, really fun. But if you have a PC that's capable of running it, go ahead and get the PC version, because it's going to be 110% worth it. Trust me. There's no way that, like, there's no way that the PC version isn't, like, is going to be is not going to be the superior one over the consoles, I think, just because of all that mod support. But again, if that's you know, if your only option is console, go for console, because I think it's still going to be a ton of fun. So, with all of that being said, I really hope we get to see mods like this particular truck in MudRunner, because I think that, you know, I think a lot of mods, you know, we're going to see a lot of mods converted over. We're going to see a lot of mods coming back, and some of them are going to be remastered, some of them are not going to be remastered, and I think that with the improved, you know, visuals in MudRunner, the trucks that don't get remastered are really going to stand out, because some of them are going to look like, some of the trucks that do get remastered are going to look like amazing, and the trucks that didn't are just going to, like, stick out like, you know, like nobody's business, because you're going to be like, oh god, that didn't get updated. So I feel like you'll definitely be able to tell the difference between the mods that get, you know, brought up to the current level, and the mods that that just get straight converted. So if you guys enjoyed this tour of this mod, Don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comments down below what y'all thought of it. I enjoyed this mod a lot. I think you guys should definitely try it out if you're looking for a new semi-truck, if you're looking for a new hauler of some sort. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe for more. We'll have Spin Tires content, original Spin Tires content for the rest of this month, along with Forza 7, and, you know, coverage of other games like Need for Speed. And once MudRunner comes out, we're going to move over to MudRunner on PC and console, and we're going to start our new journey with that game. So again, hope y'all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.